Alright, what's going on, fellas? In this video, I'm going to be talking about semen retention and kind of the path that you'll go through and how we're going to get you from being addicted to porn to having a fucking girlfriend, right? And having a girlfriend that is relatively a good woman, okay? So, first of all, you can't fix a problem from the same level of mind that created it. Right? So you ended up in this situation, clicked on this video, because truthfully you have an obsession with women. And your obsession is actually with the hole between their legs, right? Because all you're doing is thinking with your little head and not your big head. And it's very difficult to think with your big head. Don't get me wrong. But if you can learn to just hesitate for a moment and control the little head just for a second, the big head kicks in, right? And so your obsession with women is what led to your porn addiction, basically, right? And so now you've been retaining for a while, and you're still obsessed with women. So you have basically gone nowhere. You've just held on to your nuts. And as soon as you get the chance or the opportunity, you're going to go and bust them with a woman, and you'll end up right back where you started, right? Because the thing about it is, she's not just going to inherently respect you and like you because you retain, right? She has no idea that that's going on. She can subtly sense the energy and the vibe that you have about you, but unless you're a man who is on his purpose and worried about his own life, she's not going to feel that irresistible attraction that keeps her, right? That's the whole thing, is keeping her. The best way I've always described to keep a woman is to keep her at an arm's length. You basically have her at a stiff arm all the time. You've always got her at a Heisman. And it's not because you don't like her and you're being mean, right? Because if you are, she'll pick up on that. It's because you actually have more important things than her. And she's going to do everything she can to convince you that she is the most important thing in your life, right? I'm from the South, country music, dude. They'll tell you it's all about the woman, and it's not, okay? She is a very important piece of you, but if you recognize how important she is, then you know that you can't give her too much, because she'll run off, right? She'll scurry away. Okay? So a lot of you have retained, and you might go through a path like what I've gone through, where for a while there, once I overcame my lust and I started looking at women as human beings instead of sex objects, when I started looking at them as humans, you become very jaded because you realize that they suck. You realize that they suck, and you start to conclude things like I did, where it was like, I don't want to say it because it makes me sound bitter and angry, but women are evil, right? All they care about is themselves. All they care about is getting attention. If you are a millionaire, or you're on the way to being a millionaire and helping cure cancer, she will stop all of that just to get attention, right? And you see things like that, and you start to realize, like, dang, these creatures are evil. But you don't want to dive too far into that, because then you do end up as an incel. You end up in incel territory where you hate women, right? And you just have a lot of disdain, and you can't get women when you have that opinion about them, right? When you have an opinion of women that they're just these disgusting, terrible creatures, you can't ever get them. Now, the benefit to this process is you'll finally realize that women are inferior to you, right? They actually exist in a level of consciousness that is below what men exist in, where men will go and solve real world problems, things that actually matter, and she wants you to talk about her hair, give her a compliment and give her some attention, and she will knock you off that path, right, of curing cancer and helping people just to get selfish attention, right? And so you realize, well, these creatures don't actually love, they just want to be loved. They want to extract love. But that's female nature. they can't control it. It's in their biology. So you can understand a little bit about female nature in just looking at our difference when it comes to, how do I say it, our genitalia, I guess, our reproductive system. So you can understand a lot about her nature of always wanting to take through our reproductive systems, right? So females have a hole that goes inside of themselves. It receives the man, and then it receives his sperm and creates life. And your reproductive system goes outside of you, and when you orgasm, you ejaculate outside of yourself. So this, in and of itself, would inherently mean that one gender is giving and one gender is receiving. And so if you are sitting around mad that women are like this, you're getting wrecked, right? You'll never actually be able to play the game and win because you're mad at her nature. That would be like her getting mad at you for being a giving person because you gave something to someone else that wasn't her, right? If she did that, you would look at her with disgust. It would be terrible. So why are you looking at women who are taking things in a bad light? Well, it's likely because you're a chump and she's taking things from chumps, right? If you're a chump, she's going to take from you. And the thing is anyone will take from you. You can't be a nice guy. I was in car sales. You can't even be a nice guy in car sales. Like, you have to have balls and you have to put your dick on the table in order to sell things. I talked with my brother about it. We're running this landscaping business and he's afraid to ask for money sometimes. And I'm like, dude, just do it. Don't bullshit around. Just ask. Say, this is my price. Don't move. And he did it recently. He named a price. The woman said, oh, I can get someone to do it for X amount. And he said, well, we do quality work. I can't come any lower. She took it. All right. So when you're retaining, you'll go through this phase of being able to, if you truly give up your lust and overcome it, you'll never fully overcome it. Let's go ahead and state that. But if you just give it up for a time period, you'll begin to see women for what they really are. And you'll come to many of the conclusions that I came to, where you realize, like, they're a little bit evil, they're extremely selfish, they do not care about anyone but themselves. No, they won't take responsibility for things, right? All this stuff that you see incel guys say, right? And there's a lot of them. There's channels that are getting hundreds of thousands, millions of views that is just incel content. And the thing is this is a bunch of men who are acting like women. Instead of fixing their problems, they're just complaining that women need to be different. And I've seen that for a long time. There's a guy, Andrew Wilson, on the Whatever podcast, and he got on Piers Morgan with Tomi Lahren. And by the way, I've met Tomi Lahren's husband. He's a catcher in the MLB. Strong man. He was a good, strong man. I met him. Him and I had a mutual respect. He gave me a glass of bourbon from a $200 bottle of bourbon. It was awesome. Out of everyone in that, we were in a cigar bar. Out of everyone in there, he was the only tough guy. Me and him. He was the only guy that I respected. And he started a conversation with me, right? Because he knew we were on the same wavelength. And he's married to a strong, fiery woman like Tomi Lahren, right? And personally, I love women that intimidate men, because that means she doesn't have a lot of options. It's only the strong guys that she goes for, right? So Andrew Wilson was man, women this, women that. And Tomi Lahren said exactly what I was thinking. She was like, this is an awful lot of complaining coming from you. An awful lot of complaining and asking women what do I get? What do I get? What do I get? That's their whole like MO, is I do all this, what do I get? The thing about it as a man is, if you don't receive anything in return, you should not give. But you have to give first, right? You ejaculate into the woman first, and then she gives you a baby 9 months later. You have to wait 9 months to recoup what you lost, right? So you extend the kindness and the giving first to her, and then if she doesn't give it back to you, break up with her. She's gone. She's a piece of shit. If she does give it back to you, you could stay with her, right? But women are no different than they've ever been. All the stuff that everyone is bitching about now is the same stuff men were saying back in the day. All the misogyny they tried to get rid of, right? Now it's turned into incel stuff because we can't make comedy of it anymore, right? You can't laugh at the fact that a woman never stops talking. Now if you say that, you're an incel, you're angry, or you're some type of misogynist or chauvinist, whatever. But that's, the eradication of that has led to this place where we have a lot of incels now. And it's like men love incel content. If you consume incel content, you're going to become an incel. I'm just going to put that out there right now. If you consume this content, it's going to show you a side of female nature that is disgusting. And the truth of the matter is you can figure it out for yourself by retaining and overcoming your own lust. And it's better for you to figure it out yourself so you can come to the conclusions that I have, where you realize this is just how they are. They're never going to change. And me asking for something different is not going to happen. I need to personally become a man that is worthy of respect. I need to personally become a man that is worthy of a woman loving me, right? Respecting me, whatever it is. It's up to you. Don't look around at the world and try to change the world. Change yourself. Become that man and you will attract that woman, right? There's a blonde girl at the gym that she's been staring at me for months, and I've decided I'm going to approach her. I'm going to talk to her. Because I take my time, and she's giving me all the signs and signals, and she talks to a bunch of other dudes there, but they're all friend zoned. And she's a tall girl. She's like 5'9". And I realized that she doesn't like any of these dudes because they're soft and they're all friend zoned, and she's really pretty, right? So these guys are afraid of her, and she knows that she's beautiful, right? So I can approach this woman, and I'm not going to be mad. I'm not going to be mad at her for talking to other men, right? She's not my girlfriend, first of all. So I have no, I don't want to say right, but there's just no reason for me to get mad about it and call her a hoe, right? How stupid would that be? Haven't girls, since we were in middle school, always wanted guy friends? My damn nieces would rather be around me and my brother than their mother and my mother, their grandmother, right? They would much rather be with us. And these are two little girls. They'd rather be with me than their grandmother. If my brother's not around, they hang out with me and not their grandmother. So this is just the energetic nature of the world, right? That men have this giving, outgoing energy, and women want to be around it to take some of it, all right? If you are not in control of yourself, you're going to end up in the incel realm, where you're mad, you're jaded because they got you, right? These women have stolen from you. But if you're in control of yourself, you can give attention when you want to give attention. You can take attention when you want to take attention, right? My nieces are here right now. I just meditated. I told my niece, leave me alone. I'm going to meditate. I got done. I played with her for a little bit, and then I said, okay, leave me alone. I have to record a video. That's it. She wanted me to play with her before I meditated. She wanted me to play with her after I meditated. She wanted me to play with her for this video, and she'll want me to play after this video. But I give my attention and my energy when I choose to. So the problem with a lot of y'all is you don't know when to take your attention away. You think constantly give. And you can't do that, right? So a lot of guys have ended up real mad at modern women, not understanding that they're modern men. So what are you saying? What are you talking about? What are you mad about? Right? You have to ask yourself that. Because everything is always changing. So if you meet a girl today and she acts a certain way, she can change. And she can begin to act in a way that is tolerable for you, that you will accept, right? And not all of them will. There's all different kinds of women, right? And there's some that are just terrible and you should completely stay away from. But there's some that just need a little bit of guidance. And a lot of them are secretly wanting a man who is on semen retention, who understands himself, understands her, and is in touch with his own masculinity and understands his own power. That's a big thing. If you understand your own power, the women will be all over you guys. You'll have so many options, it becomes exhausting. And just understanding how powerful you are, and that she is an extension of you. This is where the idea of a woman coming from the rib came from. She is an extension of you, and she does not live without you, right? That's where that whole idea came from. It's not some misogynistic thing or whatever, right? The whole idea of it is that she needs you, right? And if you understand your own power within yourself, she will constantly want you because you have that power, and she wants some of that. She wants to come along for the ride. So don't be getting mad at women because you can finally see them for what they are and you realize that you got. Right? Don't do that. You gave your power up. You got fooled. It's very easy. A woman is the easiest creature to give your power up to. They're beautiful, and all we want to do is be nice and take care of them, right? But you can't, because that's when you get taken advantage of. And you have to understand that the nature of the world is people care about status and power. You can sit around here with wishful thinking all you want that that's not going to exist. It's untrue. I see Christian women act different around me. They try to act like, oh, they're holy and they're going to be good wives and nah. You get a man around them with some balls, all of that shit goes out the window and they go right back to their programming, right? So the same way that her asking for you to be a woman is stupid and you're never going to do it, you asking for her to be a man is stupid and she's never going to do it, right? I'm not going to expect women to have the same level of honor that I do. When a woman says something, here's a beautiful thing, simple tip, guys. Don't ever take them serious. Whatever they say, never take it serious. They never mean what they say. So if you sit here and you say, and she says, oh, I'm going to do this or that. Don't take her serious. She's actually going to respect you more for not taking her serious than she is if you take her serious, right? Because she knows that she's full of shit. She knows damn well that she never does what she says she's going to do, right? I'm going to leave him. Smashes her. I can't leave him, right? But as a man, if you say, I'm going to leave you, you have to leave her, or she won't respect you. You can't hold her to that same standard, right? It's just not going to work that way. And I think that's where we're at with a lot of this incel content, and a lot of the incels in the world is they want women to act like men. They want women to have honor and respect like men do. No. It's up to you to teach them these things. They don't know. Just like we don't know what fucking empathy is until they teach it to us. Oh, you mean I'm supposed to, like, feel bad for someone else and care? I'm supposed to care that someone had something bad happen to them, right? I had to learn that shit. Someone had to tell me and teach me that that was a quality I needed to develop, right? And they taught that to me because I'm a leader naturally. And they were like, you most need to learn this. You need to learn this more than anyone else because people are going to rely on you for this. Like they don't rely on other people. Because I used to be mad about it. Why does everybody always want me to fix their problems? Why does everybody always want my attention, my energy, right? I would be mad about these things. But then I realized, like, oh, well, you're a king. And if you're a king, everybody wants what you have. So don't get mad at everyone for it. Just learn when to give and when to not. It's as simple as that. So, like I said, the goal is to get you guys off of porn and get you to have a girlfriend. And if you go through this incel phase, you will not get a girlfriend. The girls don't like it. They're just not going to be around you, right? They have higher standards than men do, right? Because men have no standards. So, and their standards are so high and outrageous now that it's very easy for you to fuck up, right? So the best thing you can do is not talk. Don't say things like that, right? I'm very quiet when women are around. I'm not shy. They know I'm not shy. They know I'm confident. But I don't say a lot because I don't want to. I don't want to speak to her because all she's going to do is pick apart everything I say and find a reason that it was wrong and bad. So I don't give her any ammunition. It's as simple as that. Some of you guys are running your mouths about what you don't like about women all the time. And then you wonder why you can't get a girl. You watch incel content, you get mad, then you walk out in the world and you see a girl dressed like a hoe and you're mad and you're like, oh, she could be my wife, but she's a slut. No. Dude, it's up to you. It's up to you, right? And I'm going to prove this to y'all. I'm going to start approaching women. I'm going to start getting phone numbers and going on dates. And I'm going to take photos of me, selfies with me and the girls. And I'll put them on here. And some of them, if they're open to it, I'll do a little video on the date where we'll talk about something, right? So I can try to give y'all a lot of what I'm going to do is I'm going to dissect womanese for you, that when she says one thing, I'm gonna be like, look, here's what she actually means, right? Because the thing is if you have a woman that respects you, you can do that, and she's not gonna tell you that it's mansplaining. They only say mansplaining when they don't respect you. That's all it comes down to. A lot of this stuff comes up when she doesn't respect you. If she respects you, she's not going to say that. She's going to look at you and be like, yeah, that is what I meant. Right? So, get a fucking girlfriend. It's really a big part of your confidence as a man. is being attractive to women and being able to attract women. And hello. And on this path, you don't want to just ignore that like that doesn't exist. Right? The point is to build your confidence and become a better man for you, bro, for your own life, so you don't kill yourself in the future. Look at how many men kill themselves, and look at the age that it happens. You have to understand that could be you. And if you're always worried about everyone else, it might end up being you. So, make sure that you lock in on what you want for life, what's going to benefit you. Because if you're constantly concerned with what a woman wants, you will never get women. You have to do what you want and what's good for you. And the right women will come along. Right? Every time I go into the gym, I'm on that energy. I'm busy. Like, I'm actually busy. I have things to do. My brother and I are running a landscaping business together. I'm building this YouTube channel, right? I'm busy, and I'm trying to stay fit. I don't go in there worried about what girls are going to look at me and give me attention. And so because of that, they all feel it, and they all look at me, and they all want my attention. Now I have all these options because I'm not worried about them. I don't care. You guys are obsessed with women. So many men, not just you guys. So many men are so obsessed with women that they'll never get women. Women are obsessed with men, right? That's the world that they exist in. Pretty much everything in their world all pertains to men. That's why the feminism and stuff back in the day, they used to say, no, I do it for myself. I dress like this for myself, blah, 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 blah. They have to explain themselves because we all inherently know that women exist for men, right? They get their hair done. They talk a certain way. They go to certain places. Everything they do is all... My last girlfriend, I met her at the rock climbing gym. She was there by herself. Well, I know exactly why she's there. She was there to meet a guy like me. I was there with my friend, his wife, and their kid, right? I'm just having fun with my boy. We're about to go compete and see who can climb better. And I met her, right? And she was staring at me. That's the whole reason she was there, was in hopes that a man would approach her, right? And fellas, you can't be on that same time, right? I got a friend that's like that. Everywhere we go, I can tell in the back of his head, he's like, let's go over here and do this, because he's concerned about girls. And he gets no women, none. And me, I don't give a fuck, right? And you shouldn't either. Women are everywhere, dude. They're out the house now. They're everywhere you go, there's going to be girls. There's going to be hot girls. And if you've got some nuts, it's going to be annoying that they're always around, right? But if you have like a psychological obsession with women, you're always going to struggle with women. You have to understand that you were not put on this earth. You are not here for women. You are here for yourself. It is your life. Even if you get that perfect 10 out of 10 wife, she cooks, she cleans, she submits, she's respectful, everything. When you lay down at night, even if you're cuddling with her, she is not inside your mind. You're in your own mind. Your problems are still your problems. If you're broke and you got this girl, you're still going to lay down broke. And you're going to wake up broke. And you're going to be insecure because you're broke. She's not going to fix it for you. Just because you got a girlfriend is not going to fix the fact that you're broke and you're a little bit insecure because you're broke. You have to fix it. So, to summarize this video, the point I'm trying to make here is your obsession with women is what has led you to this addiction to porn. And if you break the addiction, your obsession with women is going to leave you single. And you're going to start stepping into incel territory because you're going to say, I'm a man, I'm on semen retention, all the women should like me now. But they don't, because it's in your head more than it is in your balls. And so you will end up right back where you started, because you never overcame your obsession with women. And the thing about life is way more fulfilling and way more fun when you're not concerned about women, when you don't really care what they think, and you just act how you want to act, do what you want to do, be interested in what you want to be interested in, right? Life gets better that way. So there you go, fellas. Subscribe to the channel. Share this with a friend. Have a great day.